Hello students, welcome to video on difference of interrupt working in real mode and protected mode. In this video, we will see how interrupts are handled in real mode and protected mode. Real mode and protected mode are the modes of 80386. In real mode, there is no protection, whereas in protected mode, a protection mechanism is applied for the instructions and data. In both modes, interrupts can be raised and interrupts can be handled. So here we will see what is the difference of interrupt handling. In real mode, the lower 1 MB of memory holds data structure known as a interrupt vector table. In short, it is a IVT. There are normally 256 entries in this table. So this is the maximum count of number of interrupts. So interrupts are numbered from 0 to 255, that is 256. Whereas in protected mode, interrupts are handled in a similar way as that of real mode. In protected mode, we have an interrupt descriptor table, it is called as IDT, which will work similar to the IVT. IVT is a interrupt vector table in real mode, and IDT, it is interrupt descriptor table in protected mode. IDT consists of an array of 8 byte segment descriptors called as a gate. So gate is nothing but a descriptor whose length is 8 bytes. So segment descriptor which contains some address, and that address is nothing but a procedure or a routine called to handle that interrupt. In real mode, since 80286, the IVT is not required to have 256 entries or start at physical address 0. So there is a change since the processor 286. The base address and length of the IVT are determined by looking at the interrupt descriptor table register. So from IDT register, the IVT address is calculated or it will be generated. Earlier it was stored at address 0 and number of entries were 256. Since 286, the number of entries may change in IVT and it can be stored anywhere. The address of IVT will be stored in the interrupt descriptor table register. In protected mode, the interrupt descriptor table register, that is IDTR, holds the base address and the limit of IDT. So it is similar to the real mode. In both cases, IDTR is holding the address of IVT or IDT. In real mode, each entry contains a far pointer to an interrupt service routine. The ISR is an procedure which is executed to handle any interrupt which occurs during the process or which occurs due to the external event. So the address of interrupt service routine is stored in the pointer, and that pointer is a far pointer. So each entry contains a far pointer. Any type of interrupt routes to the appropriate interrupt service routine through this table. So when an interrupt is there, that interrupt will be handled by ISR, and to handle that ISR we need that address of particular ISR. So ISR will be executed by using the pointer. The next point is real mode. In real mode, the processor indexes the interrupt number in this table, pushes current CS IP and flags on the stack, and calls the far pointer specified in the IVT. So in real mode, how it will be handled? The processor indexes the interrupt number in this table. So whatever interrupt number is there, there are 0 to 255 interrupt numbers. So whatever interrupt number is there, it is nothing but the entry in that IVT, and to that IVT entry this pointer will be pointing. So whenever this interrupt is to be handled, the current CS code segment, instruction pointer and flag values, whatever may be the flag values, those values will be pushed on the stack so that it can be retrieved again to continue the execution after handling an interrupt. And after that it will call the procedure which is pointed by far pointer. So it calls a ISR. Whereas in protected mode, IDT must exist in physical memory and should never swap out to the virtual memory. So IDT is always in physical memory and not in the virtual memory. This is because if an interrupt were to occur while the IDT were swapped out, the processor would generate an exception requiring the IDT to get handler for handling this exception, and so on until the system crashes. So if that IDT is swapped to the virtual memory, the processor will point to the physical memory but not to the virtual memory, and if it is swapped out to the virtual memory, processor is not able to call ISR, the service routine, to handle that exception, and as no exception handler is there, system will crash. So there is the difference in handling the interrupt. Next, in real mode, the handler processes the interrupt and then execute an iReturn instruction, interrupt return, to return control to the place where the processor executed at the time of interrupt. So after executing that interrupt handling service routine, the processor will execute iReturn, which is a instruction to go back to the parent process where interrupt or exception was called, or where the processor has called ISR. So by using iReturn, processor will go back and it will transfer the control to main program. In protected mode, the gates in the IDT can consist of three types: interrupt gates, trap gates, and task gate. In real mode, IVT is typically located at the address CSIP address 000, and in that 000H, so it is all 0 with 4 bytes for each interrupt handler. So total 4 bytes are there, so we can see 8 digits. The default address can be changed with LIDT, load IDT. L is for load, IDT is interrupt descriptor table, but usually it is not done as it will become incompatible with old software. Old software means old versions where the addresses are predefined, and in those versions we cannot change the address, so it is not done or it is not used to change the address. As the processor is in real mode, the code must remain in the first MIB of the RAM. So there is the difference in real mode and protected mode interrupt handling routine.